Phil Mickelson has spent decades building one of the greatest careers in golf history, with multiple major championships, hundreds of millions of dollars in earnings, and a reputation as one of the game's most exciting players. Few athletes have experienced the highs that Mickelson has. But behind the trophies and the fame was a personal battle that few truly understood. Before we begin, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think athletes should be open about personal struggles like gambling addiction? And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more golf stories and breaking news. Let's get started. For much of his career, Phil Mickelson seemed unstoppable. Since turning professional in the early 1990s, he became one of golf's biggest stars, winning major championships while earning enormous prize money and endorsement deals. Over 3 decades, estimates suggest Mickelson earned well over $900 million through tournament winnings, sponsorships, and business ventures. During his peak years, reports indicated he was making roughly $40 million annually. From the outside, everything appeared perfect. But behind the scenes, another story was unfolding. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Mickelson publicly admitted that gambling had become a serious problem in his life. He described it as reckless. He described it as embarrassing. Most importantly, he acknowledged that it had become an addiction. Mickelson explained that he had spent hundreds of hours in therapy working to overcome the issue. He said, "My gambling got to a point of being reckless and embarrassing. I had to address it, and I have been addressing it for a number of years." He also emphasized that despite his gambling problems, his family remained financially secure. Still, those comments only intensified public curiosity after new details emerged in a biography written by respected golf journalist Alan Shipnuck. The book alleged that Mickelson's gambling losses were far greater than most people realized. According to the biography, documents reviewed during a federal investigation suggested Mickelson lost more than $14 million gambling between 2010 and 2014. Think about that for a moment. $14 million over just 4 years. That's an average of more than $3 million every year. For almost anyone, that amount would be unimaginable. Even for one of golf's highest-paid stars, it was a staggering figure. Shipnuck argued that once taxes, travel expenses, staff salaries, private jet costs, multiple homes, and other lifestyle expenses were factored in, those gambling losses may have consumed a significant portion of Mickelson's yearly income. The book even suggested there may have been years when Mickelson was earning far less than many fans assumed after accounting for all those expenses. However, it's important to note that Mickelson has consistently maintained that his gambling problems never threatened his family's financial security. The discussion surrounding Mickelson's finances became even more intense because of another legal matter. In 2016, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission investigated an insider trading case involving professional gambler Billy Walters. Mickelson was not charged with insider trading, but he agreed to return profits related to trades connected to the investigation. That case brought renewed attention to his gambling activities and relationships with well-known gamblers. Although the headlines were damaging, Mickelson continued working privately to address his addiction. Rather than denying the problem, he chose to speak openly about it. He admitted he wasn't proud of his past decisions. He admitted that gambling had become unhealthy, and he acknowledged that therapy had helped him regain control. Many people praised him for taking responsibility instead of making excuses. But then came another major turning point. In 2022, Mickelson found himself at the center of golf's biggest controversy. His comments about the PGA Tour and the Saudi-backed LIV Golf League created a firestorm. Not only did he criticize the PGA Tour's business model, but previously published remarks about Saudi Arabia also drew widespread criticism. The backlash was immediate. Mickelson stepped away from professional golf for several months. Soon afterward, he officially joined LIV Golf. Reports suggested his contract could be worth around $200 million, although the exact financial details have never been publicly confirmed. That enormous payday sparked immediate debate. Many observers wondered whether financial pressures, including his previously reported gambling losses, played a role in his decision. It's an understandable question, but it's also important to separate speculation from confirmed facts. Mickelson himself has never said he joined LIV Golf to cover gambling debts. Instead, He has consistently argued that he believed players deserved a larger share of golf's growing revenues and more control over their careers. Whether fans agree with that explanation is another matter entirely. The timing, however, fueled endless debate throughout the golf world. Another story that gained attention involved Mickelson's longtime caddy, Jim Bones Mackay. After working together for 25 years, the pair unexpectedly split in 2017. The partnership had become one of the most recognizable player-caddy relationships in golf history. Mickelson publicly described the separation as mutual and praised Mackay's professionalism, calling him one of the smartest and most prepared caddies in the game. Shipnuck's biography suggested financial disagreements may have contributed to the split, but many of those claims have never been independently confirmed by the people involved. Despite all the controversy, one thing remains undeniable. Phil Mickelson's golfing legacy is extraordinary. He became the oldest major champion in history by winning the PGA Championship in 2021 at age 50, stunning the sporting world and proving he could still compete with players half his age. That victory reminded everyone why he remains one of golf's biggest legends. At the same time, his willingness to openly discuss addiction has added another chapter to his story. Many athletes struggle with personal challenges away from competition. Few choose to discuss them publicly. Whether people support or criticize Mickelson's decisions, his honesty about seeking therapy has encouraged conversations about addiction, mental health, and recovery. Today, Phil Mickelson remains one of the most polarizing figures in professional golf. Some fans admire him for his incredible achievements and resilience. Others continue to question his decisions both on and off the course. Either way, his story is far more complicated than simply winning tournaments. It is a story of extraordinary success, personal mistakes, public controversy, and the difficult journey toward rebuilding trust. What do you think? Did Phil Mickelson's gambling addiction change the course of his career? Do you believe his move to LIV Golf was purely about business, or do you think other factors influenced the decision? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more golf news, player stories, and behind-the-scenes insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.